This video introduces the elements and setup procedures for the A-thons and activities. You should have reviewed the campaign video prior to this. Regardless of the type of campaign, A-thon setup follows the same steps. And linking your A-thon to a correct campaign is really very simple. You just display the campaign that you want it linked to and then click on the setup button located at the right side. Although the process is simple, it is critical because once an A-thon is linked to a campaign, it can't be changed. So if you make a mistake and start your A-thon under the wrong campaign, don't save the A-thon record, just abandon it, it'll go away. Go back and display the correct campaign and then click Setup again. There are two setup options, one for weight loss A-thons and one for all other A-thon types. The weight loss A-thon requires different fields. If you haven't purchased a 3-day pass, or if your pass is expired, you will get a message telling you that you must purchase a pass to continue. See the video on the 3-day pass to review the handbook. Let's start with the weight loss A-thon setup process. Most of the processes are the same for the other A-thon types, but there are a few unique steps here. You will need a name and a headline for your A-thon. This is true for all A-thon types. Choosing your headline is a key part of your marketing strategy. The headlines are often all the users see, so you want to make them powerful and catchy or funny or whatever you think it will take to catch the reader's eyes and get them to dig deeper. You will notice that you can elect to have your headline posted to Facebook. To do this, you must first link your A-thon account to your Facebook account. You do this by clicking on the Facebook login button. If no button is displayed, that means you're already linked, so you don't need to worry about that. When you click on the Facebook login button, it will take you off to the Facebook page and then to several other pages that should eventually lead back to the A-thon site. In testing, we've found that this doesn't always work quite the way it's advertised, but it's under the control of Facebook, so there's not much we can do about that. When you do return to the A-thon site, you may have to re-enter the name and headline. So you might want to click on the Facebook login before you even start entering data into your A-thon. You will need to decide if you want your A-thon to be public, meaning that anyone can join, or private, meaning that you will have to approve every person that joins. In most cases, you will want it to be public because you want as many people as possible to participate. However, there are situations where you want to control membership. Maybe it's a family-only A-thon, or maybe you want to limit it to employees and spouses. Once you save your A-thon, you cannot change the public-private designation, so that must be set now. You will also need to enter a total goal number and select either pounds or kilos. Individual participants will establish their own goal, and this number is the total for your A-thon. Most of the rest of the fields are pretty self-explanatory, so I won't go through them individually. Just one item that can be a bit confusing. The "We are raising funds for" field is the cause selection, and it's an autofill. So as you type, the system will provide a list that includes the characters you have entered. One other item that can be confusing is the autofill state and province field. This is linked to the country field. So if you're outside the United States, which is the default country on this system, you will need to select the country before you can select the state or province. The setup process for the other types of A-thons is very similar. The only major change is the selection of the A-thon type and the units of measurement. These, of course, are different from weight loss. I failed to mention the special instructions field. This is an optional field. It is simply a notes area the author can use to communicate with the participant. Not all participants will bother to read the activities, which we're going to cover in a minute. So this field is a little more visible. You might display something like parking instructions or some caution like bring extra water. Activities are also optional. They are also communications tools. Think of them as sticky notes. There are several types listed with checkboxes. There is also an other option. Activities are identical for all types of A-thons. Participants join an A-thon by clicking on the Join button. If you elect to make your A-thon private, whenever someone tries to join, you will get an email notification and you will need to log in and review their request. If you approve, they will be allowed to join. If you reject, the join request will be deleted. In either case, the requester will be notified by email of your decision. Participants don't join activities, they subscribe, which will generate an email notification 24 hours in advance of the activity date. They can unsubscribe at any time if they don't want the notification. The A-thon author can see a list of participants that have subscribed to each activity. You will normally get an email every time someone joins your A-thon, but there's an option field in your profile that allows you to turn these notifications off. This option does not affect the request to join email. Those will always be sent. At A-thon.org, you can register and use the full system. At ffcg.org, you can learn more about our work, but you can also make a donation so that we can continue to care for those who care for others.